Welcome to the Brittany and Kendall Show. I'm Brittany.
I'm Kendall.
And I'm Mike.
This is the hot to go Hailey Bieber. Girl, if you were with us on Friday, for garbage day, we took the Bieber's social media and we said, you're in the trash. You're in timeout Trashville for the foreseeable future. Hailey Bieber heard us.
Oh, good.
I'm glad she's a listener.
Me too.
She decided, hey, you know what, guys? I'm not going to not go on social media, but I am going to post just some cute photos of me and my baby. Does that work for you? And we were like,
we said, maybe we're okay with that. We do love babies.
We love babies. So it was a cute little photo of her in the sunshine. And they don't show their kid, Jack Blue's face. It's just his little hat. It's cute. It's a very cute, like, mommy and me sort of like Instagram Saturday, like heart face caption, whatever. And then she posted something for International Women's Day. She posted like a cute pic of when she was pregnant, saying, of course, like, this is the wildest, coolest things I've ever done is just being a mom, blah, 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 blah. Well, she didn't mention her husband at all. Now, I feel like Hailey Bieber is doing this to remind us, like, hey, guys, remember me? I'm still the sane Bieber. Because meanwhile, her husband was still posting and trolling videos all weekend of him being erratic.
Being cool and doing drugs and alcohols.
Wow.
Smoking out of a bong.
Drinking that marijuana juice.
And then, let's see. Saturday's story, Bieber said, we have nothing to prove today, just the gift of life today to accept and receive. Nothing is owed to us, and we don't owe anyone anything. Okay, bro.
Okay.
I have a moment.
Yeah. I will say I just hope she's doing all right. I don't know. I feel like it'd be such a hard time right now to, whenever you choose to marry Justin Bieber in his life, he'd be a hard one to marry.
Yeah. I've got, okay, can I get an insiders?
Mm-hmm, of course.
Thank you. Insiders are telling people that she actually is pretty concerned about him since that event at her beauty skincare event, her Road Skincare Beauty, that we were like, oh, maybe he's just having a good time. Turns out it was like mildly concerning when he was just bouncing back and forth, smiling really big in his condom hat, that she started being concerned and at this point, quote, isn't sure how to manage things.
Yeah. I mean, on another
insiders
report, there's a lot of talk around how, and this happens when you have somebody who is in your life, like your partner, who you feel the need to defend or whatever, is you find that you're driving like this massive wedge between you and your support system, aka your family and your friends. And so that's kind of been the narrative as Hailey Bieber's is really going, we're doing fine, or it's, things are okay. But people that are close to her are saying, like, we don't see them that often. And we kind of just like want like a good check-in kind of vibe. So I don't know. It's funny because I don't know what, like, I don't know Justin Bieber is enjoying being a father. It doesn't feel like that. And I know that's like a really harsh thing to say, and maybe that comes in different forms. But if the shoe was on the other foot and she was doing smoke rings into the camera, we'd be concerned. And I'm concerned for him. I hope that he is finding that journey to be lovely. And I don't know if there's only so many hours in a day. You can only get so high before you can't hang out with your baby. And I'm not saying you can't, there is a world where you drink a lot or smoke weed or what. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that those two things are bad. I mean, impossible if you're a parent. But like, there is a line you have to draw and go, okay, like tonight we have the night off, so we're going to indulge in A, B, and C.
Mm-hmm. And like for him, it's him smoking a bong with a buddy, and they're like riding around on their little mini bikes, and you're like, what are we doing here?
You literally have a newborn. Well, I guess like 6 months.
It feels like a newborn when he was 6 months old.
Totally.
Like, it's just wild. She's also Hailey Bieber is denying that she liked that TikTok video. You guys remember we told you about this last week, that Benny Blanco and Selena Gomez did a cover for, I think it was Vogue or somebody, and some creator like ripped it apart. Some TikTok girl was like, this is so cringe. This is the worst. I hate it. Blah, 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 making fun of them. And then screenshots that Hailey Bieber, the official account, has liked said video. And like these screenshots, you can't really manipulate manipulate them. I mean, of course you can, but it would take a lot of work.
I don't even know if it take a lot of work, but you could check up on that pretty quick.
Right. So Hailey Bieber's people is saying like this is absolutely like not true. She did not do this. This person is just capitalizing off of something that like didn't even happen. Hailey Bieber wishes nothing but the best for them. Because if you guys remember, Selena Gomez back in 2023 actually defended Hailey Bieber when people were like hating on her red skincare stuff and like giving her death threats. She had come forward and been like, people need to stop. I have been married to my husband now for years. Like, you need to stop pretending you want to kill me because of who I married. And Selena Gomez stepped in and was like, hey guys, y'all need to stop. You are wild. You need to like stop.
And I think she even said, if Hailey's not with him, it doesn't mean I would be. So mommy and daddy are not getting back together no matter who Justin ends up with.
Right.
Because people were very emotionally attached to Justin and Selena being together. Yes, it's pathetic, but people have their emotional attachment couples. And when they break up, it does feel like divorced, like in their own family.
Mm-hmm. It's just, it's such a weird situation that just seems like it can't help itself.
No.
Like, the moral of the story is that Hailey's just going along with her life and pretending nothing's wrong. Meanwhile, Bieber's like self-destructive as hell.
It's hard because like I have the disease of my own perspective. And I always as everyone knows, as you guys know, I'm obsessed with kids. I loved having Gogo. I love people's kids. I always go to a place of, I remember Gogo at that age and what you'd want in a partner. So like, that's the only perspective I keep tapping back into is like, Justin, go hang out with your baby.
Right?
Go make a connection. Your little baby boy, Jack. Go hang out with him.
I don't know. What do you think, Mike?
If you're going to keep doing this, also pay it off. Like, give us the new music. Like, we thought this whole thing was because he's dropped little hints at music. It's like, if you're going to put us through all of this, at least reward us at the end.
Yes.
But I will say, and I guess we have to follow up and really dig into it to see, okay, is this indeed just made up by somebody trying to gain a little clout around this longtime rivalry between Hailey and Selena? But if it wasn't, the Biebers need to change their passwords because these two keep getting hacked and people are liking stuff and they're very like subtle. They're not trying to like steal Bitcoin from people. They're not trying to do all these different things. They're just going in there and liking one post
or unfollowing
and then leaving or unfollowing.
Yeah,
and it's just like,
your wife.
Man, that's real subtle when it comes to hacking somebody's account.
Yeah, Beverly and the Beavers. Will you guys change your account, your passwords, please?
Please. Also, Beavers, come up with a better excuse because we all know that if somebody hacked your stuff, we would be getting like, buy this Bitcoin. Because people would actually be like, oh, Justin Bieber said to buy it. I'll buy it. Bro, come on.
You'd probably do something that would benefit your life besides just sneaking in, doing these subtle things.
Ooh, the gossip rags are going to love this.
Unfollow. Finding your wife on Insta. Unfollowing. It's like a wild thought.
Okay.
Listen, 2025 has been a year that is humbling to say the least. Oscars, now this. I don't think I know what people want. And you can tell that by my lack of sexuality. But like,
wait, what?
Like my way of dressing. What? You know what I mean? Like my lack of like, I don't get that sex sells. I don't get that Meghan's show. Actually, people like it. I don't know if people like it, but Meghan, we have with Love Meghan. They are absolutely selling out of the products that she uses. Le Croissant, those fancy pans you get when you get married, you usually register for. They say that they're almost all sold out since she made like a pasta dish with them. Mm-hmm. The UK searches for ingredients and things she mentioned in her Netflix show have gone up 3,200%.
Dang.
I think people like with Love Meghan. And for that, guys, I'm sorry. I guess, again, Honora, now this. I don't know what people want. And I guess all of my high neck shirts is also what people don't want.
Brittany, I'm going to need you to hand in your security badge. Your clearance has been revoked.
I know.
For a pop culture radio station. You got to know. You got to know what people want.
I'm not a woman of the people. I'm sorry, dolls. Like,
it's the sex appeal. She has too much of it.
too much or too little. It's somewhere in between.
Too much.
Too much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, you guys. I saw that tweet and thought to myself, yeah, another moment where I go, and it's funny because they're like, these are the things you can't manufacture. Things bots can't do is like selling this. And I'm here going, she's a robot. She doesn't tell us anything. They go, no, we actually love unattainable. People love fake kitchens.
So true.
People love fake conversations with Mindy
Kaling. Yeah.
People love like, hey guys, when you have a guest over, make sure people love it.
It's, and it's funny. I have read a couple articles that basically said that, like, listen, her show isn't supposed to be about attainable lifestyle. And I'm like, but isn't that your demo? Isn't that what you do want? Because you were part of the British upper class, the upper crusties, and you were like, ew, I don't like this. Look at me. I wear jeans. I'm a California cool girl. I get that your stuff's going to be more expensive than the average person, but like, I don't understand that there's a contradiction there.
Yeah.
With,
I know.
I want to be like the people, but also my entire refrigerator, my second refrigerator, everything is in its own glass jar.
No.
Like even her yogurt was in some secondary container. I'm like, who the hell takes the yogurt out of the container?
You know how much yogurt you would lose per sides of each container?
Right?
You would have like 75% of the yogurt left.
It's just weird. And you go, I don't understand. And
I don't
she's
get
like,
it.
Oh, and here's my garden. So I'm watching it with Jordan, and my husband's like, she don't garden that. Look how many freaking wild raspberry bushes that is. Even just that little plot. She's not doing that. Like,
no. I don't get it. And it happens to me with Royals once in a while. I'm just not the demo. But then I just don't understand people's wanting this. I don't get it. I'm sorry. And that's okay. Okay. Because like you should watch whatever you want to watch. I'm not trying to yuck your yum. Mm-hmm. This is your thing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for saying that this show, there's no way it could be good because people don't want real humans.
No.
They want whatever the hell Meghan is doing on that show.
It's true.
So in that, again, I'm sorry. Honora, now Meghan.
And you brought it up, and because I'm looking at the top 10 lists of things, and they've told us that her show, and we've seen her show was hanging around the top 10 for that first week a little bit. It has dropped out now, but Netflix can say whatever they want. People going and buying products that were specifically used on that show, that's a whole different story.
Mm-hmm. Google searching ingredients that she talked about. I mean,
there's always going to be curiosity around her just because of how big of a hot button issue it is. I mean, we know this from stuff we do.
Yeah.
Include Meghan Markle on Blind and Buy the Item. You're going to get more people engaging with it. Like, that's just the way the world works right now. And apparently it's the same thing for her show.
I just don't ever trust my instincts.
Yes.
Going forward.
We don't either anymore.
Oh, I know.
I've heard now 2 more people who love Honora. So...
Well, guess what? Laura from the gym watched it over the weekend for me. She also thought it sucked. Oh. And they're the ones that shamed me for telling you guys not to watch it.
Now you're just dragging Laura down. I don't trust her opinion on anything now.
I can't wait. I can't wait for this to stream in 1 week. And
yes, we're a week away. It's going to be on Hulu.
And I want everyone to write in who saw it and tell me what they think.
Hey, it's okay. You love Taylor Swift.
Fearless.
See?
She's the masses.
Popular.
She's for the masses.
For the masses. Little quick note. Olivia Culpo's pregnant. She's married to CMC, Christian McCaffrey, the big running back that everybody has on their fantasy football team, but then like never actually plays. Mm-hmm. That's him. He doesn't. He's always hurt.
Somebody took him number 1 last year.
I took him number 1 3 years ago. And yes, that's exactly what happened.
But in between there, he had a big year.
I'm so confused. Are you guys talking about being bad at fantasy football? Because I can't relate to that as the champion this year. So if that's what you guys are talking about.
Remember the whole like you want to be relatable and like a woman of the people thing we talked about 30 seconds ago?
I can't pretend I'm not a champion. You want me to live in my truth?
I'm dripping with champion
It's relatable
blood.
that the person who plays fantasy football that puts no effort into it whatsoever and just guesses each week goes on to win the championship. That's pretty relatable for anybody who spends way too much time in it, like Kendall and I.
Kiss the ring.
Like, what were we talking about today? And we were talking about, he's like, what are you talking about? You're talking about baseball? We're like, no. Who's talking about the NFL? And it was someone big. It was, that we were like, oh, God, who was it?
Justin Fields, I believe.
There we go. We were like, does he play baseball?
And then I said, I wish you so much luck with that. Like, I want you guys good luck. Because is that something Vikings are going to get? Was that a person or no? No, okay.
No.
Well, I wish him. I wish him well in their endeavors.
That's a good line to take.
And if they want to be on the winning fantasy team, they should be on mine.
Yeah.
Get over here, Mr. Fields.
So Olivia Culpo and Christian McCaffrey just announced that they're pregnant. She posted on Instagram this morning, next chapter, motherhood with her bump. You would know who she is if you're listening and you're like, why does this name sound really familiar? She was Miss Universe like maybe 10 years ago, but since then has become a Victoria's Secret an SI swimsuit cover girl. She's just kind of an it girl. She's got a TV shows with her sisters. Anyway, beautiful little family. They're having a baby now. May I say, this was like a month or two ago. I think it was around Christmas. My sister and I, obviously my sister Ellie, she was Miss Minnesota, so we follow the pageant girlies. I was like, I think Olivia Culpo is pregnant. But I wasn't going to say anything because you don't ever like say that about a woman, period, right? But she's known for posting a lot of photos in dresses, like very form-fitting things, lingerie, swimsuits, dresses, whatever it might be. And all of her recent pictures were of like, their fun family gathering, and she's holding the dog right in front of her stomach. And I'm like, this girl, she's pregnant. She's pregnant for sure. So happy for them.
Congrats.
Very sweet. Who knows when the baby's due? She didn't say, but I'm going to assume before the fall.
I think people are so funny. There's a lady, Pamela, in the comment section who just wrote, that's going to be a beautiful baby.
I swear I was just about to say, Daddy, I know one thing. It's going to be a
Daddy is
child.
Fine, is what Pamela said.
That's hilarious.
And then Rebecca wrote, man, oh man, he fine. Gorgeous baby on the way. Hey, guys, beautiful people sometimes make ugly babies too.
You know, it's wild.
And also, no baby's ugly, but also
sometimes they come out kind of funny looking, okay?
Just give them a day or two.
Their head's just a little bruised up.
Yeah.
A little funny looking.
You got to give them a beat.
Hey, hot take. I don't really think any like just out of the womb babies are very cute. No. I mean that about even my own.
They look
real squished and angry.
I can't. I still have baby blindness. Because me and Gogo have been looking at a lot of her baby pictures. Mm-hmm. I see the perfection still when I look at her. I need more time and space away from it. Yeah. I thought she was like, and we looked at, Justin made a slideshow the other day and he's like, oh, there were some kind of like birth photos in there too. And still think she's beautiful, but I need more time.
I love that for you, Mom.
Thanks.
I'm with you, Kendall.
Thank you.
They're all aliens for like the first 2 weeks.
I was like, oh my God. Wow. Those are fingers.
Like, I know that's how I used to think, but like, I don't know. There was a
fingernail in my body.
There was a few of them.
They're a little squishy. But then someone hands it to you and they're like, oh, and everyone's like, look at this precious gift. And everyone's crying. I'm like, is it a gift? Because like right now, my whole body hurts. I love my child.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
They're weird looking. Hey, Amanda Seyfried, Glenn Powell. Can we have a moment? Because Glenn Powell is the man that we knew he was, America. He is our golden retriever.
Yeah, he's got a dog named Brisket that he found.
I mean, honestly, this man is perfect. He should have been people's sexiest man alive.
Well, John Krasinski's also a human man.
Period.
That's the end. I'm not defending anything.
That's the end.
That's not a... He has the genitalia that applies to what he would like to apply for.
He's a dad and he's married.
Don't forget, he's funny. Mm-hmm. Which, like, honestly, I get, but come on.
Glenn Powell.
Oh,
so Amanda Seyfried just did an interview and she was talking about one time where she was like, I had this incident where my boobs fell out of my dress once and it should have been the most mortifying experience, but like, it turned into being okay. So she was at the 2023 Critics' Choice Awards and she wore this beautiful vintage, like off the shoulder gold dress. And if you look at it, and we can post a link for you so you can see it, but it looks like something like the material looks like it wants to rip because it's old, not because like she doesn't fit in it, but because like, ooh, one wrong move and that thing's just going to break. So she was doing interviews in this amazing vintage dress. And she's like, it was funny because like even on the red carpet, I kept like little pieces kept breaking off. And she's like, I was like, oh God, okay, this is awkward. Fast forward to when she actually gets into the event and she knows that she's going to be accepting an award. So she's over at her table in the corner kind of chatting with Glenn Powell. He was there for Top Gun Maverick at the time. And he was talking and he said something really funny. So I like lifted my arms to tell him the story and my boobs literally just fell out. Like they just completely fell out of my dress. And she goes, he handled it like a pro. We both screamed. And being the gentleman he was, he immediately covered them up and didn't look and like turned his head the other way. And she's like, so I ended up wearing someone else's jacket to accept my award for The Dropout, because she was Elizabeth Holmes in that movie, that series. And she's like, but he was a perfect gentleman. Didn't look, just covered me up while we had the situation handled. But like, we both looked at each other at this moment of like,
this is not what we intended to happen. You are not.
Thought it was called The Dropout.
Right.
Exactly what happened to her.
Guys, I don't know what I would do if my boobs came out in front of Glenn Powell. Like, I'm going to be honest. Maybe when I was 21 and my boobs looked like they did when I was 21, I would have been okay with it. But like,
yeah, but you're also 21, so you're like hyper aware, so it wouldn't have been sexy. You would have been like, bah!
Maybe like, correct, yeah, 29.
Yeah.
Let him see my boobs at 29.
I just hope it's one of my good, like my, not
good
plural.
boob?
Yeah, I feel like there's one that's like a little better than the other one. Like, I want that one to be the front leader. I want that one
Which
to
one
represent.
is it, left or right?
I forget every time. Even when I make that joke, I forget. I'm not wearing a bra today, so I'll be
just take a peek. If you're watching on YouTube, she did just look. You will see that she just
I think it's my right.
Hey guys, if you want to see us do really weird things like check out our own boobs, watch us. Subscribe on YouTube.
I once had this, like, my mom bought me this like weird women empowerment calendar when I was way too young.
Yeah.
But it had like random like pictures, and it was like abstract bodies. And I remember there was like different circles, and it said, there was a quote that says, "My breasts are not sisters, they're cousins." And it stuck with me. And I thought of that all the time. And when I finally had then a child, and for some reason they never land the right way, I think about that calendar, Beverly, and I go, cool. Somebody else who made this calendar experienced the same thing.
I remember someone telling me after you have a baby that your boobs just turn into socks. And I was like, what? No, I'm not even going to breastfeed, so it's not going to happen to me. And I didn't breastfeed for very long. So I was like, oh yeah, this is not going to happen to me. But like, when you bend over to like tie your shoe without a shirt on or like pull something up, they've like completely changed shapes.
Of course they have.
My boob doesn't do like a nice little triangle anymore. Now it's like the tennis ball sock.
Yeah, it's not.
What the hell happened to my boobs?
It's not boob shaped anymore, and we're fine with that. That's why you need like a bra that goes, hey, this is what it's supposed to be like.
I got you, girl.
Here's a boob shaped body part. Thanks.
God, I really need to invest in one of those because I was very clear
you.
with my husband. Once I'm done popping babies out, these are going back to where they were. I don't know how, but it's going to happen.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you need a really good bra, because I told you I have that push-up bra.
I do need a good bra right now.
I will send you a link. The one I have.
What is it?
I feel bad about it. It's my best friend's enemy.
Your best friend's? Is it the Kim Kardashian? Is it the Skims bra?
What?
Her eyes are saying yes. For those not watching on YouTube.
I don't like me. I don't like me. Okay? I gave in to Skims. I have a few items from Skims.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you. But I think they're Skims knockoffs, and people would know better. I'm not really like at a place of like mass buying stuff this year, but I do think that there's a Skims knockoff that you can get some of that stuff. But
there's a lot of bras. Which one is it?
I'll show you. It's actually called like a push-up something, and it's so crazy. I go, whoa! It grabs everything below the neck and says, now you are boob, and it puts it in that boob shape.
That's what I need. I want to come back to that. You know, I remember when she came out with the nipple push-up bra and being like, okay, that's interesting.
It's everything. I'll send you the link. No, I think it's, and I was shocked.
If it's everybody push-up bra?
I don't think it's called that. I'm telling you,
sorry,
from a place of like, I promise I won't remember the name until I look it up. I don't. Here's another thing. Not only are my boobs cousins, I'm dumb. So I don't really have much going for me.
But we're here.
And I'm wrong a lot.
But we're here.
And sometimes I cry in public.
And guys, we just want you to know, if you've had a baby, know that when you go, dang, I didn't think my boobs would change like they said they would. We see you.
Also, if you didn't have a baby, I had stretch marks before I had a baby. And I feel like that's important to acknowledge. Because now I'll see it and people are like, oh, from the baby. I go, that was there before.
Like, chick, that's on my inner thigh. You think a baby gave me stretch marks on my inner thigh?
Somebody called them tiger stripes, and I've been calling them that.
Oh, thank you.
So good.
We see you.